field splitting we discussed, I think so, right? So in that, octahedral complex compound as well as square planar complex compounds as well as tetrahedral complex compound we completed, right? Everybody. Today's topic also very important one, so go through that clearly. In case of these particular thing, D block elements, complex compounds, splitting of d orbitals topic is important here. Simply in case of octahedral complex compound and in case of square planar as well as tetrahedral. Now factors affecting splitting of these particular d orbitals, and that too splitting energy. So write down factors influencing splitting of d orbitals. So factors influencing splitting of d orbitals. So compulsory question from this area. So postulates are there. You need to focus on these particular postulates which are there in this particular factors. Factors influencing splitting of d orbitals. Clear? Getting on it? Hello? Are you able to hear me? Yes. No. Observe here. First factor. Same metal ion with a different charge density. Same metal ion with a different charge density. Simply here, in case of this particular thing, same metal ion with different charge density. That means complex compound with same metal ion with a different charge density. For example, here, if you focus here, one example, let me take FeH2O taken 6, FeH2O taken 6 plus 2, then FeH2O taken 6 plus 3 is there here. FeH2O taken 6 plus 3. Now observe here, in case of these particular compounds, so two different categories are there here. Two FeH2O taken 6 plus 2, FeH2O taken 6 plus 3 is there here. Same metal ion means here Fe in both the complex compounds, Fe is common here. Charge density in sense here simply charge over the complex compound. Or simply oxidation state. Now in which case generally splitting will be more. Splitting will be more in case of which complex compound splitting will be more. Now this is the category here. Now in this category, more charge density, more is splitting energy. That means here, in case of this particular octahedral complex compound, delta O is maximum in case of more charge density, more is splitting energy. So more charge density, more is splitting energy. That means simply, tell me in which case generally splitting energy will be more. Same metal ion, a different charge density. So charge density if is more, yes, that means here the species with +3 oxidation state here. Species with +3 oxidation state, obviously charge density is more. Clear? That means here in second case, so let us assume this is case 1, first compound, and second compound is obviously case 2. So obviously first one is less than second one. First one is less than obviously second one. So splitting energy will be more in case of FeH2O taken 6 plus 3. Yes, clear? That is one category. So one of the postulates is nothing but same metal ion with different charge density. In that case, obviously splitting energy will be more. Yes. Next one, second point. Copied? Yes. Now, next one. Different metal ion. Different metal ion. Simply here in this category, the different metal ion with a different charge. Different charge density. Different metal ion with a different charge density. Now, in this case, so what about this particular example? So let me give one more example here. So different metal ion, different charge density. In previous case, same metal ion with a different charge. Now write one example here. VH2O taken 6 plus 2. Okay, one more example here. CrH2O taken 6. CrH2O taken 6 plus 3. Observe here different metal ion with different charge density. So here vanadium is there in one case, chromium is there in second case. So metal ion obviously different and charge density also separate. Now the question is here, now tell me what is oxidation state of vanadium here? Plus 2. So vanadium available in plus 2 oxidation state, whereas chromium available in plus 3 oxidation state. Now tell me oxidation number. Oxidation number anyway here plus 2 and plus 3 is there. Atomic number of vanadium is atomic number of vanadium in this particular species is nothing but here. Yes, very good. 23. So 23. Now generally here 23 means electron configuration. If you write 3d3 4s2, outermost electron configuration. 2 electrons we have to remove. That means here 3d3 4s0 we are going to get 3d3 4s0 in this particular species. What about chromium? Chromium atomic number is 24. Electron configuration, outermost configuration, if right here 3d5 4s1. So we have to remove generally 3 electrons. So what about configuration we are going to get here? 3d3 4s0 only, right? What did you observe in these two cases here? Different metal ion, but thing is that here different charge density is there. Different metal ion with different charge density. But here the electron configuration, what is we are going to get here is nothing but same. Did you observe this one here? 3d3 only we are getting. That means here different metal ion with different charge density with equal number of or with same number of d electrons. Same number of electrons in d orbital. Or same thing you can write it as with same electron configuration. Same electron configuration. 3d3 4s0 is there, right? 3d3 4s0 in both the cases. Did you understand this? So simply here different metal ion with different charge density with same number of electrons in d orbital or with same electronic configuration. 3d3 is the common in these two cases. Now which one having more splitting energy? Here also we need to apply previous case only. That means charge density. Charge density, more charge density, more is the splitting energy. So obviously in this case also second one obviously possesses more amount of energy. So charge density concept only we need to apply here. Okay. So on the basis of this, simply here second one obviously possesses more amount of energy. Splitting energy if you apply here. So second case obviously having more amount of energy. Got it? So on the basis of this we can conclude here charge density is directly proportional to splitting energy. Yes or no? So splitting energy will be more in case of on the basis of obviously charge density. If increasing charge density, then splitting energy also increases. Conditions apply. On the basis of these two statements, we can conclude here with respect to charge density. Clear? Yes. Anyway, this topic బాబు మనకి లైవ్ లో పెట్టినాం ఇది. ఇన్కేస్ ఏమైనా మిస్ అయినా అక్కడి నుంచి కూడా కవర్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. ప్రాబ్లం లేదు, అవైలబుల్ ఉంది. ఇప్పటి నుంచి అది కూడా అవైలబుల్ ఉంటుంది మనకి. అంటే ఇన్కేస్ ఏమైనా పిల్లలు మిస్ అయినా కూడాను అక్కడి నుంచి కూడా డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు, వినొచ్చు. ఓకే, అది కూడా ఇవాళ నుంచి కొత్తగా పెట్టినాం మనం. ఏం ప్రాబ్లం లేదు. ఇంకేమైనా ప్రాబ్లమా? ఎనీ ప్రాబ్లం? చాలా మంది మిస్ అవుతున్నాయి క్లాసెస్. రీకాల్ చేయడానికి అది పనికొస్తుంది. Now, so it is second postulate. Third postulate. Third postulate, obviously here. The only two postulates we discussed here: same metal ion with different charge density, and then different metal ion with different charge density. Now, think that here a different metal ion. Third postulate. Now, the different metal ion. Different metal ion. Simply here with same charge. Same charge density. Different metal ion, third postulate with a different metal ion and the same charge density. Now observe here, let me give one more example here. COH2O taken 6. Here +2. NiH2O taken 6. NiH2O taken 6 +2 is there. Two type of complex compounds are there here. So different metal ion, anyway, of course, here one complex compound having cobalt, another one is nickel. Same charge density, in both the cases +2 is there here. Now same principle if we apply here as in case of second postulate, generally oxidation number of cobalt here is nothing but +2, CO +2. Ni is also obviously +2 is there. What is atomic number of cobalt? Anyway, 27. Atomic number of cobalt is 27. So if you write the electron configuration, of this species, so how many electrons will be there in case of cobalt +2? So 3d7, 4s2, right? So obviously we'll get here d7 electrons are there here. That means this particular complex compound, how many electrons it contains here? d7. What about in case of nickel here? Actually nickel 28, 3d8, 4s2. So d8 configuration we are going to get, yes or no? So the third postulate is nothing but here different metal ion with same charge with a different number of d electrons, or with different electronic configuration, or simply here with a different number of electrons in d orbital. Different metal ion with a different charge density, different electron configuration, or with different number of electrons in d orbital. Now, which one possesses generally more splitting energy, d7 or d8? So species with less number of d electrons, obviously possess more splitting energy. Species with less number of d electrons. This is previous year question. Third postulate actually appeared in previous examination, 2019, I think so. Here, previous question. So simply here, less number of d electrons, more is the splitting here. Less number of d electrons, more is splitting. . more is splitting here. So this is important here. Less number of d electrons, more is splitting. Now, what is the concept involved here? Why this particular complex compound with less number of d electrons obviously possesses more amount of energy? Why? Because, for example, let us assume here in this category, one metal is there which contains only 7 electrons. Another metal is there which contains here 8 electrons. So ligand is approaching towards this particular central atom. Let us assume here. The question is here, very less number of electrons are there here. 7 electrons only are there compared to the second one. Anyway, less number of electrons are there. Now, that means here, less number of electrons are there means here, this ligand, what actually is approaching towards central metal atom, penetrates towards central metal atom very effectively. Why? Because very less number of electrons are there. So very less number of electrons are there. So automatically this metal atom, ligand atom, automatically what happens, approach towards central metal atom very vigorously and effectively, penetrates towards that metal ion. So that what happens here, more repulsions will be taking place. Why? Because here very less number of electrons are there. They are not opposing that particular ligand very effectively. That's why ligand can attack very easily. So that effect will be more. That means splitting energy will be more in case of this particular species which contains less number of electrons. Whereas more number of electrons is present, so that ligand cannot oppose central metal atom very easily. That cannot penetrate towards central metal atom effectively. That's why splitting energy will be very less. This is the concept here. So less number of electrons, ligand can approach towards central metal atom, penetrates towards central atom very effectively, splitting will be more. Got it? That's why here less number of electrons, more is the splitting. That is nothing but third postulate. Got it? Ardhamaindi? Yes. Yes. Same type of ligand actually can take here. Yes. Electron configuration should be different here. So simply you need to focus on charge as well as this particular electron configuration. Focus on this. Less number of d electrons, more is the splitting. Yes. Got it? Yes. So number of electrons in d orbitals. Now what about relation? Now tell me number of electrons in d orbital and is inversely proportional to splitting energy. Here, next one. Next postulate. With respect to quantum numbers. With respect to quantum number. That means here quantum number in that we need to take here principal quantum number. Principal quantum number. If n value increases, splitting energy also increases. Simply here, if n increases, splitting energy also increases with respect to quantum numbers. In case of quantum number, we need to focus on n value. What about that particular concept involved here? Observe here. We will take here an example, cobalt, H2O, taken 6 plus 2. One example here, cobalt complex compound, COH2O taken 6 plus 2. Second one, rhodium, H2O taken 6 plus 2. Third one, iridium complex compound I am taking here, iridium, H2O taken 6 plus 2. Observe here, cobalt complex compound, rhodium complex compound, iridium complex compound. These three, cobalt, rhodium, and iridium, belong to same group, D block category, and possess same charge, and same electron configuration also will be there. Why? Because they are same group elements. Now, the thing is that here, this cobalt obviously 3D series. Rhodium is nothing but here 4D series. Iridium is nothing but here 5D series. So what is N value here? N is equal to 3 in case of cobalt complex. N is equal to 4 in case of rhodium complex compound. In case of iridium complex compound, N value is nothing but 5. Now tell me in which complex compound splitting energy will be more. So N value if increases, splitting energy will be more. So that means here third case. That means in case of iridium complex compound, splitting energy will be more. So iridium complex compound. So IrH2O taken 6 plus 2 obviously possess more amount of energy. Clear? That is one thing here. Now next point. Next point. Fifth point. Field strength. Copied. Yes, copied. Fifth point. The fifth point, obviously, depending on field strength. Field strength. What about field strength actually? Field strength means generally weak field as well as strong field again. Now tell me in which case actually splitting energy will be more. Obviously, ligands, obviously, two type of categories are there here. Weak field as well as strong field ligand. Weak field ligand as well as strong field ligand is there. In case of weak field ligand, obviously splitting energy is less. Yes. Yes, very good. So in case of strong field ligand, obviously splitting energy is more. That's it. So depending on field strength, obviously splitting energy will be applicable here. Generally, if you take here box diagram, so splitting energy is very less here. That is assumed. So this is not here weak field ligand. The same thing if you apply in case of strong field ligand. So obviously, in case of strong field ligand, splitting energy is more. So strong field. This is fifth point. Depending on weak field and strong field ligand, splitting energy also can calculate. Last point with respect to sixth point, geometry. On the basis of geometry. Already we have gone through this particular on the basis of geometry. So what about that? Geometry based category. So sixth point is nothing but here geometry. In which case, obviously, splitting energy will be more. So depending on geometry, that means the tetrahedral complex compounds are there as well as octahedral complex compounds are there as well as pair planar complex compounds are there. Tell me in which case, obviously, splitting energy is more. As per our previous knowledge, obviously, which complex compound having spare means more splitting energy? Yes, absolutely correct. Yes, very good. Yes, pair planar complex compound. That means here delta T is less than delta O is less than delta S. Delta S. So geometry also decides the splitting energy. So which has more amount of energy means square planar complex compound. So tetrahedral complex compound obviously possess lower energy, splitting energy. These are the 6 factors actually involved in this respective splitting energy factors. So factors influencing the splitting energy. One is nothing but here same metal ion with different charge density. The more charge density, more is the splitting energy. Second one, obviously here same categories are there here. That means different metal ion with different charge. Then we need to focus on same electrons which are present in d orbital. Okay, then also we need to apply charge density only. Third case, obviously everything is different, simply different metal ion with same charge with different number of d electrons. The species with less number of d electrons possess more splitting energy. And then fourth one is nothing but here quantum numbers. So quantum numbers in that actually n value increases, splitting energy also increases. And the fifth one is nothing but field strength, weak field strength, and then a strong field ligand. Obviously, in case of strong field ligand, splitting energy is more. And last one is nothing but geometry. Geometry, obviously, tetrahedral complex compound possesses smaller value, and the square planar complex compound possesses highest value. So that is with respect to splitting energy concept, which is involved in these respective factors. Clear? So these are the 6 factors. They are very, very important. Now the question is here, they will provide us complex compound. They, for example, here they will give any one of the complex compound, complex 1 and complex 2, two type of complex compound they will give you. They will ask you in which of the complex compounds splitting energy will be more. Splitting energy will be more. Now immediately within less time you need to recall all these 6 factors. Then only you will get perfect answer here. Okay, any complex compound they will ask you with respect to splitting energy. You need to recall all these 6 factors. Okay, according to that, you need to answer here. That means on this part, we need to check the oxidation number. If unfortunately they give same ligand, so same central metal atom with a different charge, so simply you can go through charge density. So charge density concept you need to apply, and if they unfortunately if they give different metal ion, so on the basis of that also we need to apply. Different ligands are there, that also applicably is there here. That means field strength on the basis of strong field and weak field. So everything we need to apply on this part. So not everything will be applicable. So any one of these will be applicable to decide the field strength of complex compound. Is it clear? So on this part, we need to recall all these 6 factors. Be careful. Arthamaitundi? Any confusion? Confusion to cheppandi babu. Yes. You're going to compulsory ask question. Yes. Yes. Now, that is with respect to factors influencing field strengths. Factors. Now, next, simply here, spectrochemical series. The spectrochemical series. You may get one doubt actually here. In case of this particular any complex compound, if they give how to find out oxidation state, how to find out their respective geometry, how to find out their respective hybridization, etc., etc. Everything will be discussed in this particular category. So first of all, here spectrochemical series explains generally gives information of field strengths of ligands. Field strengths of ligand. That means here which one is weak field ligand, which one is strong field ligand. That will be decided on the basis of this particular spectrochemical series, like in case of electrochemical series. So here also we need to discuss with respect to spectrochemical series, which gives information of field strength of ligand. Okay, gives information of field strength ligands. So that too on the basis of here magnitude of crystal field splitting. On the basis of magnitude of crystal field splitting, we decided generally which one is weak field ligand, which one is strong field ligand. So on the basis of magnitude of crystal field splitting, so we decided which one is weak field as well as which one is strong field ligand. So list I'll give here. So try to answer this one here. So I minus is less than Br minus is less than S minus 2 is less than Cl minus is less than NO3 minus is less than F minus less than here OH minus is less than C2O4 minus 2 oxalato is less than H2O less than EDTA minus 4 is less than ammonia. Ammonia more or less equal to pyridine is less than ethylene diamine. Ethylene diamine is less than bipi. Bipi or dipi is less than orthofen. Ofen is less than NO2 minus. Then NO2 minus is less than PPH3. PPH3 is less than Cn minus, less than CO. So these are the generally list of ligands that is in here. So in this category, I minus is less than Br minus is less than S minus 2 sulfide, chloride, nitrate, and then fluoride, OH minus, hydroxo, oxalate, H2O less than EDTA minus 4, NH3, NH3 and PY, pyridine, both are more or less having same value. Ethylene diamine, bipi, orthofen, NO2 minus, PPH3, Cn minus, and then CO. This is important here. Now, which one is actually weak field ligand? Up to water. So yellow color water I mentioned here. These are nothing but here weak field ligands. To water. Okay, up to water. These are nothing but here weak field ligands. Okay. So these are nothing but here weak field ligands. Afterwards, they are nothing but here strong field ligands. Among all these categories, which one is strong field ligand? Much more strength will be there in case of them is last carbonyl. Carbonyl having more value. How we decide actually means on the basis of magnitude of crystal field splitting. On the basis of that only, we got one conclusion here. Simply which one is weak field, which one is strong field. So up to water molecule, these are weak field ligands. Afterwards, all are nothing but here strong field ligands. Now, you know one information here. In case of weak field ligand, what type of spin will be there? Low spin or high spin? In case of weak field ligand, high spin or low spin? Yes. In case of weak field ligand, what type of spin will be there? Low spin or high spin? Be careful here. Yes. Yes, very good. Mahesh, Yamrohit. Check your answer here. Weak field ligand means high spin will be there. High spin. Okay, weak field ligand, high spin. Okay, so strong field ligand means obviously low spin. Okay, yes. Low spin. For example, కాలేజీలో ఉన్నారనుకోండి తెలుగుగా జేఎల్స్ ఉంటారు అనుకోండి. ఇన్ ప్రెసెన్స్ ఆఫ్ జేఎల్ మీ మూవ్మెంట్ ఎట్లుంటుంది? హై స్పిన్ ఉంటుందో లో స్పిన్ ఉంటుంది? ఇన్ ప్రెసెన్స్ ఆఫ్ జేఎల్స్ ఆబ్వియస్లీ హై స్పిన్ అటు ఇటు తిరుగుతూనే ఉంటారు. ఇన్ ప్రెసెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ఎస్ఎల్స్ ఆబ్వియస్లీ హై స్పిన్ ఉంటుంది, లో స్పిన్ ఉంటుంది. అరవకుండా కూర్చుంటారు ఒక మూడు నాకు దగ్గర. ఓకే, ఎక్కడ ఉంటుంది హై స్పిన్ అంటే జేఎల్ ప్లేస్ లో. లో స్పిన్ ఉండాలంటే ఎక్కడ ఉండాలి? ఎవరు ఉండాలి? In presence of senior lecturers, obviously low spin will be there, right? Got it? In presence of SL, low spin. In presence of JL, high spin. Simple logic. అర్థమైందా? ఇప్పుడు అర్థమైందా? గుర్తుంటుంది కదా? ఓకే, అర్థమైంది. కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అవ్వాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు బాబు. జస్ట్ ఇమాజిన్. ఓకే, ఎస్ క్లియర్. No. So that is weak field as well as strong field based concept. No. But the ligands concept how and what type of question actually they'll ask in examination? What type of question actually can expect in this particular area? So they may give here any order. So which of the following order is correct with respect to field strength of ligand? That type of question actually you can expect in examination. So field strength based question. For example, here Cl minus is less than F minus is less than I minus is less than EDTA minus 4. Like this. They give, is it correct actually? Is it correct? This type of questions, like which of the following is correct? with respect to field strength. Actually, this is wrong. This is wrong actually. Here I minus actually weak field comparatively all. So this is wrong one. So that type of comparison type based questions actually can expect in examination. So compulsory minimum they will provide in each and every option minimum 4 ligands. So better you focus on all these things. By practice we'll get, don't worry. So we'll do more examples on the basis of this complex compound. So each and everything will be discussed. So nothing to worry. Just copy it. Yes. So that is about generally field strength. Now, filling of electrons in d orbitals. Filling of electrons in d orbitals. So on the basis of this particular weak field and strong field, how actually electron configuration will be decided. So that you need to write now. So better you write down tablet form. Here generally electronic configuration with respect to number of d electrons. Here, number of d electrons. Then weak field ligand. In presence of weak field ligand, what about configuration? In case of weak field ligand, actually here P2G, then EG, you need to write here. Number of unpaired electrons. Number of unpaired electrons. That is one case. The same thing in case of this particular thing. Now, d electrons and strong field ligand. Same thing here. Again here T2G and then EG. Number of unpaired electrons. Now, for example, D1 configuration is there. D1. Now, what about in case of weak field ligand configuration? It becomes here. Now, you need to answer here. P2G 1, EG 0. Yes or no? P2G 1, EG 0. Yes, got it? Yes. P2G 1, EG 0. Now, what about in case of strong field ligand? Same thing. D1. Now, unpaired electrons, how many are there? 1 unpaired electron. Again, D1 configuration here, T2G1, EG0. Number of unpaired electrons, 1. What about D2 configuration here? D2, T2G2, EG0. Number of unpaired electrons, 2. In case of here, D2 configuration, T2G2, EG0. Number of unpaired electrons, 2. What about in case of D3, T2G3, EG0. Number of unpaired electrons, 3. Here in this case, D3, T2G3, EG0, number of unpaired electrons 3. Now D4 onwards, you focus here. D4 onwards. In case of D4, tell me what is the configuration in case of D4 here. T2G3, weak field ligand. We are focusing on weak field ligand. T2G3, EG1. Yes or no? T2G3, EG1. Weak field ligand means obviously splitting energy will be less. So electron will not be paired up. So electron will be jumping to EG orbital. Yes, number of unpaired electrons, how many are there? 4 unpaired electrons. Yes or no? 4 unpaired electrons. So what about in case of this particular D4 with respect to strong field ligand? D4. Now T2G, how many electrons are there in T2G? Now tell me. Yes, T2G4. Yes. EG0. Yes. How many unpaired electrons are there? How many unpaired electrons are there in this particular T2G4 EG0? Means yes, 2 unpaired electrons. So now see why we are discussing unpaired electrons. Now you need to focus here. Magnetic moment. Magnetic moment value will be different. Did you observe here? So magnetic moment value D4 configuration in one case will get 4.8 bm. In other case we'll get here 2.8 bm. Both are different here. So focus on that. Now what about D5 configuration? So D5 configuration P2G3 EG2. How many unpaired electrons are there? 5 unpaired electrons are there. Now what about here? D5 in this case T2G5 EG0. How many unpaired electrons are there? 1 unpaired electron is 1 unpaired electron. So did you get? Now can you please do this one, each and everything here? Can you please? Up to D10 configuration. Able to do now? Yes. Now thing is that here, copy up to 10 D10. You write down up to D10 configuration, and thing is that here, no need to focus on all these categories. Now you need to compare where actually T2G and EG getting different electron configuration with respect to weak field and strong field. That you need to focus. And where actually they are getting same electron configuration, though it is weak field or strong field, some configuration elements obviously having same electron configuration. Particularly D1, D2, D3, if you focus, that may be weak field or strong field, same electron configuration is there. That you need to focus one thing. And where actually we are getting different electron configuration, that depends on weak field and strong field. That also we need to focus. So you need to focus on 4 Dr plus actually. So which 4 Dr plus you need to find out that. On the basis of that only question will be framed here. Question will be framed on the basis of 4 d electrons. Only 4 d electrons. That means which are getting different electron configuration. They are getting different electron configuration. You need to observe that. In between, among these particular D1 to D10, we'll get 4 d electrons configuration will be somewhat different here. Focus on that. That only will be asking in examination. Got it? So focus on that particularly. That is with respect to filling of d electrons, and mostly on the basis of this only, we need to focus on magnetic moment also. So now if they ask magnetic moment on the basis of ligand based complex compound, now we can identify which one is weak field, which one is strong field on the basis of spectrochemical series what actually we provided here. అర్థమవుతుంది. సో ఆ స్పెక్ట్రోకెమికల్ సిరీస్ మీరు త్వరగా ఉంటే మ్యాగ్నెటిక్ మూమెంట్ ఈజీగా ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. Is it clear, everybody? So better we complete up to D10 configuration. Now tell me what about D8 configuration? D8. Tell me D8. D8. What about in case of weak field ligand? What about in case of strong field ligand? D8 configuration. T2G how much? EG how much? Yes, M Rohit. Yes, T2G6, EG2. Yes, very good. T2G6, EG2. How many unpaired electrons are there anyway? 2 unpaired electrons. Now, what about in case of strong field ligand? Strong field ligand. Same or different? Strong field ligand. Same. Same, right? Here also we are getting same electron configuration. That means T2G6, EG2. That means what actually we need to focus now? Did you understand here? I wrote up to D5 in previous case. Now D8 is there. Here onwards again same electron configuration will be there. Observe here. Now we need to focus on D4, D5, D6, D7. We need to focus on these last 4 categories are there, right? D4, D5, D6, D7. That only I gave you as homework. In that how many unpaired electrons are there? That you need to find out. on the basis of weak field and strong field. Now, if they ask any question on the basis of magnetic moment, on the basis of complex compound, that too complex compound based question, if they're willing to ask, compulsory they will frame question on the basis of D7 to, that means D4 to D7 based concepts only they will ask you. That means complex compound with D4 and D7, that means D4, D5, D6, D7 configuration, those who are getting electron configuration of D4 to D7. On the basis of that only question will be framed. Now observe any question on the basis of complex compound magnetic moment, configuration will be in between D4 to D7 only will be there. So focus on this. That too weak field and strong field if they're willing to ask. Otherwise, you can go through normally. Yes, I hope you got my point. So D4 to D7 are very, very important with respect to complex compound. So strong field and weak field, on the basis of that only, we need to answer here. So first of all, here we should know which one is strong field, which one is weak field. Afterwards, you need to write electron configuration. Afterwards, how many electrons are there unpaired? That you need to answer. So that means with all these things we need to do within the 2 minutes category only. So that time is important here. Okay. So that is with respect to. I hope you got my point. That is about today's class on the basis of field strengths as well as factors influencing ligand based concepts. Okay, practice all these things, but you'll get some idea. Tomorrow we'll discuss some more topics on the basis of information on the basis of complex compound. Tomorrow's topic is mathematics.